Hey everyone, RJ here. Welcome back to the channel. And today I'll be doing an unboxing and giving my first thoughts and opinion on the OnePlus 10 Pro. Okay, so I'm a little late to the game when it comes to the OnePlus 10 Pro, but I was just kind of decide if I wanted to actually buy this phone or not and which version I wanted to buy and everything else. Now, I know the US versions came out and that's got everything here for the US. This one here is the international version. Now, I'm not sure. I'm kind of going by what the website said. And also, I got this for a really good price. I got it for like $100 less than what it cost to like Best Buy. So this is the 8 gig and storage model is 256, and so hopefully it'll have the bands and everything that I need here support for this phone. So with that being said, I know the specs has been read out, but I want to kind of run down a few specs here just to for like a refresher. This phone did release back in January, so like I said, I'm about I'm a few months behind. But the processor, of course, is the Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Gen 1. Now for the cameras, of course, it has the Hasselblad technology here. So the 48 megapixel wide angle lens, aperture of f1.8. You got an 8 megapixel telephoto lens, aperture of f2.2. You have a 50 megapixel ultra wide with aperture of f2.2. And of course, it recorded 8K at 24 frames, 4K at 30 and 60, 1080p, 3060, 240, all that kind of stuff. For selfie camera, you got a 32 megapixel wide angle lens, aperture of f2.2, and 1080p front facing record at 30 frames per second. It's got stereo speakers, of course. Now, like I say, the difference between the US model and an international model, I really don't know. So these specs may not be for everybody if they are different here in the US. Now for the display, we have the 6.7-inch 1440 by 3216 resolution display. It's an LTPO2 fluid AMOLED display with 120 Hz refresh rate, a 20:9 aspect ratio with 525 pixels per inch, and has corner and Gorilla Glass Victus and always on display. Now the back of the phone also is glass with Gorilla Glass 5 with an aluminum frame. Now for the battery, you got a 5,000 milliamp hour battery. Now for the international version, you got an 80-watt fast charging, which charges the 1 to 100% in 32 minutes advertised. And North American versions, you got a 65-watt fast charging brick that charges from 1 to 58% in 15 minutes. You got 50-watt fast wireless charging and of course reverse wireless charging. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it off there when it comes to specs. Let's go ahead and pull the top of the box off of the OnePlus 10 Pro. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull the top off right here and we'll see just what comes in here. Yeah, this is a lot, okay? So just kind of digging things out of here. This gives me reason to believe it's a China version, not an international version. They may have pulled a fast one on me. I really don't know. But we'll find that out. And if it is, then I know where I bought it from, right? So anyway, got the phone right here. We'll go ahead and pull it out and put it to the side. And we'll see just what and all else does come here in the box. So a case. That's nice. You won't get that with the US version, I don't believe. You also have your Type A to Type C, typical OnePlus charger, charging cable, and this massive, massive charging brick right here, which is the 80-watt charger, as you can see right there, with the US plug. So, yeah, really nice to see that. So, I'll go ahead, put all this stuff away, and we'll look at the phone. Okay, so everything's put away. Phone is in hand, and this phone looks just as good as I figured it would. This emerald forest screen. Oh, beautiful color. I mean, the feel. I like the design, the layout. I do like the camera. I like how that's made. I know some people don't like that particular camera design there, but I do like it. Now looking on the phone here a little bit, of course you do have your power button. Got your mute switch up here, which is a really nice touch. It's been on OnePlus for a while. A microphone here on top. On the left, we have some antenna bands and the volume rocker. And on the bottom, got your SIM card slot, USB Type-C charging port, microphone, and your bottom firing speaker. And oh man, just holding this phone feels so nice. Let's just put it in the case for just a moment before we boot this thing up. And I mean, that just looks so good. I mean, you really can't tell the difference. Okay, with or without case, you can't really tell the difference from behind. It does, kind of help the cameras there a little bit to be a little bit more flush. So that's really nice. I'll leave that on there for the time being as I go ahead and power this phone up. If it has any juice. And I don't think it does. I think it's dead as a doornail. Alright, I'll give it a little bit of juice and I'll come right back. Okay, so we're back with the OnePlus 10 Pro. Now, it's been about 24 hours since the first part of this video. The battery was really dead. Took about 5 minutes to actually start charging, which is a little concerning to me, seeing that this phone had no charge whatsoever pulling it out of the box. But I gave it a full charge. I went ahead and set it up and installed all of my apps and got the phone the way I wanted it. And wanted to just use it a little bit before I finish this unboxing and first impressions. So now I've not played any kind of games, nothing like that on this phone as of yet. Just your normal stuff that you use a phone for. So so far I'm loving it. All right, unlocking the phone here with a fingerprint. Now this fingerprint, I mean, it is quick. It's just boom, it comes right on. Now you can actually open this phone up, of course, different ways by swiping up for your PIN pattern or your password. Fingerprint, which is of course very, very smooth and fast. Face unlock also. I mean, look at that. I mean, that face unlock is just right into the home screen. It is just super fast, super fluid. I mean, this thing has just been a great, fantastic experience in the last 24 hours. Have I experienced a couple things that I'm a little concerned about? Yeah, and I'll explain that. But as a phone, this thing is fantastic. All right, I was on the fence about buying this phone for quite some time, or not quite some time, but for a little bit there, I was like, should I buy it? Should I pass on it? But I decided to buy it, and I'm really glad that I did, because after using this phone, next to the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra, the Pixel 6 Pro, when I hold this phone and use this phone, it just feels, I don't know. You have to actually use it to actually kind of know what I'm talking about here. But the phone is super smooth. It works great. I mean, yeah. So a couple things here, of course, we'll swipe down. And there is a software update. That's one of the concerns that I will get into here in a little bit. Now, I am using T-Mobile currently with this phone, and which I'm probably roaming, which I normally am. So anyway, I got all your toggles here, and I got set up here for red. It looks really good and everything. But of course, reverse charging, Dolby Atmos, your Wi-Fi, flashlight, all that stuff. Video enhancer, screen recorder, NFC, all that good stuff there. Now, not going to go through everything here. We'll look at a few things here like personalization. You have all, man, I mean, I like all this personalization with Oxygen OS. Wallpapers, you're always on display. You can go in here, have a Bitmoji, your insight, just typical stuff right there. Text clock, your analog clocks, digital clocks. I like all of that. Your icons you can change, your quick settings, your colors, your display size, your fingerprint animation, which I have right here at Wormhole. It's pretty cool. You got magic, right there, stripe. So I like the way that it has a lot of these, ways, little animations here whenever you actually unlock your phone. Really nice stuff. And also your horizon light. Of course, when you press that, you see how it lights up the side of the phone. You got blue, you got red, and you got this color here, which is, what color is that? Like a yellowish, orangish, I'm not sure. Or you can just cut it off if you wish, but of course, I'm going to leave mine on the red because I like that. So, a lot of good personalization here with this phone. Home screen and lock screen, of course, your typical stuff here. I'm not going to go into all of this here, but you can read it all. You got your drawer mode, so you can have this with a drawer or just your home screen with no app drawer. All that stuff right there. Double tap to wake and turn off, and raise to wake. Yeah, all that stuff. Down here at display and brightness, you got light mode, of course, and then dark mode. Dark mode settings, you can go in here and you can have it enhanced, medium, gentle, whichever. Adaptive contrast. I just love Oxygen OS because there's so much you can do to customize this phone. Okay, screen color mode. I got mine set to vivid because I like it. Natural tone display, image sharpener, of course, video color enhancer is really nice, and all that stuff. Now, screen resolution, I do got it set at Quad HD Plus because why not? You can also have it auto select or Full HD Plus if you so wish. And of course, your refresh rate, you can have it high at 120 hertz or just standard here at 60 hertz. So I got it right now at 120 hertz. Sound and vibration. Now, I will say this, the dual speakers on this phone, some of the best I've actually heard in a long time, not going to lie to you, just my personal opinion. Battery, now 5,000 milliamp hour battery. We work, of course, reverse wireless charging is off. It also has 50 watt wireless charging. Advanced settings here, high performance mode, optimized battery, wireless charging settings, optimized night charging, and all that kind of good stuff. Now, this is my second charge. Okay, that's what kind of concerned me a little bit about the battery, was the fact that it did drain pretty quick. So I'm hoping that after a few charges, and I'm also on the T-Mobile network, so right now, if you look real close, you'll see it's roaming on AT&T because, T-Mobile is such great service, But anyway, I'm right now with a full charge 100%. Hopefully it's going to get better the more I charge it. So keep you informed all on that. Now, of course, I got your special features here, like quick launch, OnePlus shelf, gestures and motions. So here at gestures and motions, touch and hold with 3 fingers to take a screenshot for a partial or scroll-down screenshot, or you can just swipe down, take a screenshot with 3 finger screenshot, which is always a nice little added bonus. Raise to wake, lift the ear to answer calls, and flip to mute incoming calls and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, we're back out of that. Now down here at About Device, you will see here the software update, OnePlus 10 Pro 5G, 34 gigs of 256 gigs. So the model number here is NE2215. Now, a little concern that I have, and I'll get into that here in just a moment, but anybody out there with a Best Buy version or a US version, not Best Buy versions, yeah, there's a Best Buy version of the OnePlus, who bought it at Best Buy for the global version, what model number is yours? Just kind of curious, all right? Got your RAM here, 8 plus 5. So you can have an extra 2 gigs, 3 gigs, or 5 gigs. So why not 5 gigs when you got all this storage? So anyway, Android version 12 and all that stuff there. Now here at Software Update, I keep having this problem for the new version, NE2215 underscore 11.a.12. It's constantly saying cannot or couldn't update, installation problem. If I go here to try again and go to download and install, it'll say system update downloading, and then of course this always pops up. It'll stop when yeah, whatever. So I go to resume it, and it goes right there, and that pops up every single time. No matter what I do, that always pops up. So this update is pretty good to update to, but I can get mine to update. So anybody out there, let me know if you're having the same issue. If not, whatever. But if you got a fix, let me know. So anyway, taking a look here at the camera for a little bit, just for a moment. A bunch of goodies. Now, I took in a few pictures just around the house here, a little bit, whatever, and I'm telling you, I'm impressed. All right, I'm impressed. Got your ultra wide mode here, of course. You got your 3.3 times. You can go all the way up to 30 times zoom here on this phone. This button over here is for your retouch and your filters. Over here is like your Google Lens or whatever. Then you got your night mode. You got your video mode. Let's try to zoom in. Got 10 times zoom. Got your ultra wide all them goodies. Portrait mode, you got more for pro mode, panorama, movie, long exposure, tilt shift, dual video, or dual, okay, say that 5 times fast, dual view video, okay? And you got your 150 degree, kind of like fisheye ultra wide, which is pretty cool. I kind of like that button right here. You can see how it, yeah, it's pretty cool. Okay, a lot of good features here going on with this OnePlus. And expand, never used that, so I have no idea what that's for. Of course, now back here at the video, it does record at 720, 1080, 4K, and 8K. So if we go here to 8K and then go into the settings, it's 24 frames per second. Down here to 4K, you got 30, 60, and up to 120. All right. And 1080, you got 30, 60, and 120 is grayed out. And down here at 720, you of course 30 and 60 there as well. Got your AI button up here. This button up here is for your ultra steady mode. Change to support 1080p at 60 frames per second, which is good. Now flipping the camera around here a little bit. Now in video mode, you can record in 720 and 1080, and it actually does not give you nowhere to go 30, 60 frames. Don't know why OnePlus went that route with the front camera, not even 60 frames per second, but hey, whatever. So here in the settings, got your watermark, your grid and lines, your level, your flip selfie, 10-bit color. You have whatever this right here is, focus lock. I mean, just so many features. It's just, man, this thing is just awesome. Okay, at $800, even $900, after using this phone, makes me wonder why. Why you pay $1,000, $1,200, $1,400 for a phone? I mean, seriously, I mean, really. This phone here works great. Okay, from what I've seen so far, I'm loving it. Now, I want to keep this video short. I really, really want to keep this video short, but after talking about it and just how impressed I am with how this phone works, the speed, the smoothness, the display is beautiful. Fingerprint scanner is fast. Cameras are excellent. I never thought I'd actually like a OnePlus phone this much. I've only used 2 other OnePlus phones. The OnePlus Nord N10 5G, which is still a fantastic phone. And then I've had the cheaper OnePlus Nord N200. But after having this and using it for 24 hours, the audio quality from the speakers sound amazing. The display, beautiful. The scrolling just feels butter. If you're looking for a phone, okay, if you want to dish out money for a phone, if you want to say, okay, RJ, what would you pick right now between this, blah, blah, blah? I would pick the OnePlus 10 Pro. I recommend it. No, this was not sent to me. Okay, I bought this myself. It's a great phone. Take my word for it. If you're looking for a phone and you're saying, like I said, if you're on the fence about this phone, I was on the fence about this phone. But after buying it and using it, there's no doubt that I made the right choice when I bought this phone. It's just that good. So like I said, the only 2 concerns I have right now is 1, I can't update the phone, and 2, the Verizon compatibility, because it does connect. It just 90% of the time it drops out and it won't come back on. So in the comment section, if you have this phone, let me know. And if you use Verizon, let me know if yours works, and what I could do or whatever. I don't know. That'd be appreciated, because I may have to just swap this back out and get the US version or the global version. If it just, I don't know. Let's see what happens. But so that's all I'm going to say right now. Self-informative in any way, hit that like button. Any questions that you may have about this phone, leave it down below and we'll discuss it a little bit more if you want to. And if you're new around here and you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing. Clicking that bell on for all notifications. That would be awesome, and I sure would appreciate it. Y'all have a good one, and thanks for watching.